Chuck is here with mad props, to a local stud.
Yeah, and I was shocked by some of the responses I got. For the second week in a row, I listed Haynes King number one on my Heisman
Homer.
list. When Justin, the video guy, says, hey, give me a 1 through 5. And the week before NC State, I elevated Haynes to 1. The week after NC State, I kept Haynes at 1. The very first response, quote, that loss eliminated him. Then it started showing up like multiple people. Yeah, but they lost. Okay, so that loss eliminated him. It did. So in that game, the loss eliminated him. It didn't eliminate Georgia Tech from anything. It eliminated Haynes King from the Heisman race. He had 500-plus yards and 4 touchdowns. That game eliminated him. That is a tough room, folks. I had him number 1 before. And after watching the game, I was like, I'm more impressed. That was one-man gang stuff out there on the road in the conference. So he didn't play safety against NC State. Didn't play rover, didn't play edge. He also didn't play against Gardner-Webb in week 2. If you want one of the biggest reasons that Haynes King may be a Heisman favorite, he sat out the game to manage workload, injury, fatigue, like silly-ish that can happen against a team you still beat 59-12 with a bunch of backups playing, okay? So against Gardner-Webb, the most overwhelmed roster on Georgia Tech's schedule, Haynes King did nothing. He didn't play. All right, how about other Heisman candidates versus the worst teams on their schedule? Julian saying, I declare Grambling was the most overwhelmed opponent on their schedule to this point. The final was 70-0. I feel okay with that declaration. Against Grambling, Sayin went 18 for 19, 306 yards and 4 touchdowns. Haynes King didn't play against his version of that. Julian Sayin, 18 for 19, 306 and 4. Fernando Heisman-Doza against Indiana State. They beat him 73-0. He played and went 19 for 20. 270 yards and 5 touchdowns. Now, Ty Simpson's looking at them punks and going, y'all threw incompletions? Because against ULM, 73-0 final, you know, Ty Simpson was 17 for 17.
Yeah, I was going to mention that.
No incompletions, 226 and 3 scores. You look at any Heisman betting option in the top 10, they made bank against the overmatched opponent. It has been fatten up time against the most hopelessly overscheduled opponent. Except for Haynes King, he was like, yeah, okay, I am hurt. I guess I'll sit.
But you know what this was, right? The response to the NC State loss was more of a response to people not happy that Georgia Tech was ranked where they were based on their schedule. They don't think it's real, nor should they get the amount of attention. So when they lost, it was like, discard all of them.
500 yards and 4 okay.
So get rid of the team, get rid of Haynes. That's the response nationally. But to your point, I think that's the one that should be considered. Let's just look at it in a vacuum. He had nothing to do with the defense. He didn't miss a tackle. He didn't give up 583 yards. In fact, he had to try to keep up on a day where his defense couldn't do anything. And if I took off Haynes' name and just the game, and I said Ty Simpson had 400 passing, 100 rushing, had 4 touchdowns, what would we say? Oh, my God, that's incredible. What if he did it against LSU? Well, that's an unranked 5-3 team. Very similar to the profile of NC State. So Haynes' performance Saturday would enhance, in my opinion, more of the opportunity because he is playing on a team that's a little bit flawed. He is playing a team that probably was a little bit over its head and a team that had one of those coming, and it happened, and he still put up 500 and still had 4 touchdowns. So, no.
That loss eliminated him.
That's the silliest response ever. I don't know who's going to win the Heisman. This is a year where there's not a clear one. I think Ty probably, the Bama push helps him. See, when you're the quarterback of Bama, remember the years we went through, they didn't win a Heisman? They just, because they're playing, Greg McElroy's and all these other quarterbacks. But now you have Ty Simpson, who's having this kind of year on Bama. You're always going to get the push. I don't know that Haynes can win it or not, but hell yes, Haynes better be in New York. When you look at the numbers, the context, the things he's trying to overcome, and it will still come back to what I said. What he does against Georgia on a stage on that Black Friday, when there will be more college football eyes on him than any other point this season, will come down to deciding every bit of his chances of being in New York.
He leads all of FBS in rushing touchdowns, not quarterbacks. He leads all of FBS, running backs, whatever you got. Haynes King, he's got 14 rushing touchdowns.
It's incredible. It really is.